Good evening, gents.
Evening.
It's worked. It's worked.
We're on.
So this is the first time we are face to face. Well, it's not first time because we've had about 15 practices of this now. But yeah, this will be our first time live broadcasting on YouTube, and obviously there's going to be millions of people watching. I don't think anybody will know that we're online, but yeah, we're going to give it a go, aren't we? Put names to the faces. I see you haven't put any titles with your names. Are you just happy with Andrew and Darren then? Because I've got IT man next to mine.
Oh, I see. Then.
Yeah.
I'll change it next time then.
Yeah, self-appointed IT man. Look at the state of my hair. I've had my cap on all day. It's all look like this. I think this is episode 22, gents. I'm referring to my notes. We haven't done this for a while, have we? To be fair, we haven't.
We've missed 2 or 3, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. It's just things have just happened, haven't they? At just difficult times and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. We just thought we wanted a bit of a change, and so we're giving this a go. And people can put faces to the names. But yeah, the format will be the same. I think we'll just go through the usual shenanigans, talking about stuff. I suppose a good time to start is Andy. Just get a bit of an update from you, mate, and just see how things are going. It's probably been about 3 or 4 weeks since we had a last update from you.
Yeah. So last time my cancer treatment went well. I'm due for my next scan on the 22nd of this month, so probably Thursday. Tomorrow, day after that, Thursday. Yeah.
22nd. Thursday. Yes, mate.
Yeah, Thursday. So I'm going to go over to Stoke and have my scan.
Right.
And see what that shows up.
Okay.
But no, my chemo went quite well this time. Bit strange, bit easier than normal. Mm. Yeah, it went well. Went really well. So I was happy with that. So basically, when we went to that car show, that was I finished it the day before I went to that show, so yeah, I wasn't too bad on that day, was I?
No, you were in good form. You really were in good form.
Because everyone was like, you'll be really, really bad, and you won't be able to do it. But no, I soldiered through, and we did it, didn't we?
Yeah. So how come you have a good session and then you have a bad session? It doesn't seem to make sense.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was because everyone was like, you're not going to be well enough to do this show, and I really wanted to do the show with my car.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it just went well because of that.
Okay.
So I think next time, just think about positive things. I think instead of worrying about it, going to do this, it's going to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this is my 9th one coming up after this one. So I'm getting through them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So what kind of scan will it be, Andy?
CT scan.
Okay. That's the one in Apollo, isn't it?
No, MRI scan. Yeah, so they put like a vein thing in me, and I go and they put like a dye in me. But I have to go an hour early to have that. They have to do ultrasound on my arm to try and find where the vein is.
Right.
And then they put it in, and then I go for the scan after that.
Okay.
So it does take most of the morning, that one.
And then what is it? A couple of weeks for the results?
Yes. Well, they're normally quite quick. It's not like you don't have to wait like 6 months for it. They're normally quite quick.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be a sit-down appointment this next time. But I want it to be with the right doctor this time, not the one I had last time.
No, you don't have one, would you?
No, I want a proper doctor this time.
Yeah, you need one, mate.
Yeah. I want to answer some more answers question this time.
Yeah.
Questions answered. So, the first time, so I want to know if it's doing any good. Is it not doing any good? Size it gone down, or what? Want proper pictures on the screen where someone can show me what's going on.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So that's my update.
Because I think last time we spoke and you'd had a scan, I think they'd said that it hadn't got any bigger.
No.
And they were pleased with how it was going.
Yeah.
I suppose what you're looking for now is some form of reduction in some way, aren't you?
Yes, I need to see some sort of reduction, or I haven't done this 9 times for no reason.
Yeah.
So I need to know, is it working? Is it not working?
Mm-hmm.
Anything like that, they can tell me.
Yeah, you just need that little glimmer, don't you? Just that little bit of reduction, and then right, okay.
Yeah,
it's worth going through. Yeah.
So that's it really. Can't tell you anymore.
No, that helps a lot.
Sorry.
It helps if there's something more visual there to see, so you can see like pictures in MRI, and they can show you.
Because the last doctor, she didn't really have an idea where it was. She couldn't point to it. She was like, "Well, I don't know." She said, "I think you've got 2, but they both look stable." I was like,
"Yeah."
So I walked out of there shaking my head, and then I rang Catherine, and she gave me the right sort of idea of what's going on. Nothing's grown. They're happy with it.
Yeah.
What the doctor should have said to me, but she didn't. So hopefully I should get Dr. Bott this time. She's pretty good. She normally talks me through okay. This was, I couldn't even tell you her name, this doctor. She was younger than Callie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So it goes back to what we said about building a rapport with your consultant, isn't it, really? And they know how to talk to you, and they know how to give you the information. I mean, for that doctor to say, "Oh, I can see 2 instances," I mean, that'd scare the crap out of you, because you thought you'd only got 1. You'd be like, what's going on?
I didn't even know what to say when I come out of there. I just shook my head.
Yeah.
And was like, "What's wrong?" So she told me I got 2.
Yeah.
Not 1.
Right.
So yeah, we both got on the phone to her next day. And
do you think it was a thumb on the screen? Like when you take a photo.
She was flicking through them, and I said, "Oh, where's the cancer? Can you point to it?" She goes, "It's not there. It's not there. It's on this picture." I'm like, "Fucking hell! You need to know. You need to know what you're looking at if you're a doctor like that."
Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry, Andy. I shouldn't laugh.
No.
But it's around here somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there. You're like, I can't see it. I saw it last time, but I can't see it this time.
No, that's not that poor, that isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Just point to the head.
For you to tell her.
She told me where it is, and she couldn't point to it. So
yeah.
Nah.
That must be that small then.
Well, Catherine normally sits in on most of my scan results when I go in, but she wasn't in on this one. So, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you on the next one. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
you playing with your buttons again, mate?
Yeah, I'm playing with my buttons.
Playing with buttons again. I think he's getting bored again, Andrew.
That's it.
Can you point to where it is, Aid, on the picture? No.
I like that, Andrew. I like that.
I can do most things. I can't do that for you.
No, I don't think she could do it either, to be fair.
No. So no. Overall, mate. So not bad news then. Let's get the scan results in a couple of weeks' time. Get some positive news, and then
that's it.
We'll take it from there.
Yeah.
So you were talking about a car show, weren't you?
Tatton car show, yeah.
Yes.
40 years of Vauxhall Novas.
Right.
So,
God, that's a long time, isn't it?
Well, 40 years, yeah. Yeah.
It felt like 40 years.
Yeah, I messaged the bloke on Facebook.
It felt like 40 years.
Yeah. Looking for a Monday of it, did. We never found it. It'll be at the end. round in bloody circles.
And there wasn't a single Mondeo there. What was that all about?
No idea.
It's just not on, is it? Come on then, Andy. Tell people about your show then. So you've got...
Yeah, so I saw this on Facebook.
Yeah.
That he was doing a show at Tatton Park.
Right.
And he was asking for people to come along with the Novas. And I was like, well, I fancy that one. So I messaged him. And he said, do you fancy coming down Saturday or Sunday? And I said, well, probably want to come on Sunday. And he said, well, can you do Saturday? Because we've got more space on Saturday. So I said, yeah, I'll do Saturday. So I had a word with my dad and we decided I could take it up on the trailer. So we took it up on the trailer, unloaded it, and then you come along, didn't you?
We did.
You were standing behind me, I was chatting away.
Yeah, it was it was lovely. I mean we got there. We got there early, didn't we? Well, did we get there relatively early, Darren? We got in quite cheaply, didn't we? We did well there.
Yeah.
I don't know what he done there. He just, well, supposed to be £12 a person. He just said £8 and nobody thought we were going to get in. Get the down. Sack the juggler.
Good night, Tal. Keep chatting away.
So you don't see that when you ain't got no pics, do you, mate? Eh?
Oh God, no, you don't. Oh, brilliant! Well done.
You won't even know.
Okay.
You can edit that bit out.
I can edit that bit out, can I? Okay, all right, I'll do that then.
No, you got to leave.
Yeah, so it was frantically trying to skim over this debacle. Yeah, we went to the Tatton Park show, didn't we?
Yeah.
So your car was on show, Andy. You're on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Andy and I drove up in the Jag. I went in the Jag for the first time. It's very nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been in open top cars before, and I was saying to Darren that sometimes you just get the wind sort of in your face kind of thing, but the windscreen height and the seat height's perfect, so you're not in the slipstream.
Yeah.
No, you don't get.
No.
And
messed up, eh?
no, it didn't mess up what hair I've got left. No, it didn't, and it was just so many. You don't realise how many people look at his car, or if you've got a nice car, so many people just whizzing past and just like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, so you're just like, yeah. I can see why Jackie likes being driven in it as well.
Oh yeah, she loves it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Just looking at the sky, that's it. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, it was absolutely lovely. I think
Thanks.
Yeah, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can share my screen so I can show Andy's car at the show. So let's have a go. There you go. Look at that.
Wow.
How good's that? Are you in? You're not impressed?
Yeah.
Yeah. But could you show it? Could you tell your face you look impressed?
Yeah, let's have it.
Yeah.
I was quite pleased I managed to do that. There you go.
Yeah. Good picture.
Yeah, it's a great picture. That one's an even better one. This one's an even better one. Has it changed? No, it hasn't changed, has it? Oh dear. Oh, never mind. It was going so well. Let's try again. Let's see.
No, that was.
Yeah. Let's. What about this one? Now that's better.
You delivered the makeup.
That's a lot better. That one is, Aid.
Yeah, that's much better. That one is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But no, the show was absolutely lovely, really, and it was. So Darren and I arrived there, and we started. It's one of those things when you go to a car show, you don't know where to start, do you?
No.
And it's like, do we start around here? Do we start around there? And we had no idea where you were, so we just went round, and there was a nice sort of collection of any sort of car as we went in, wasn't there, Darren? There was just.
Yeah. I think that thought we was going to be putting the car on the show.
Yeah.
Everybody else seemed to be going where the sign was in that tent, and it was like £12. That wasn't bad, really. £4 each for the show, was it?
No, it wasn't bad at all. And like you say, they must have thought we were in the show.
Austin, yeah.
Yeah. We had a good look round there.
Yeah. A lot to see there, but it was really packed, weren't they? Tight, some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. And you found you were kind of weaving through people's cars a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Broken now, haven't you? Broken now, haven't you? We saw you messing about with it then, trying to see where the water or Coke had gone. What was it in the cup? What was in your cup?
Oh, coffee.
The coffee. Oh, I was going to stay. That is. Send Kelly a message, eh?
Stand angle table, so it's not going to stay.
Hey, send him a message quick. Grass on him. Go on.
Won't even know. He won't even know.
There you
I'll
go.
keep up with that.
There we go. We got that on there as well. But no, it was a nice show. And what was really nice, Andy, was to see you there, because you've been waiting so long to sort of do a show, and to see you there standing on the stand. And I'm going to be biased now, but yours was clearly the best one on the stand.
Yeah, well, Kelly says this, but I don't know. I think there's a GSI there.
It was just no, it was just, you could just tell people were coming and talk to you about it, and
it's
nice to see you so proud and showing off all the work you've done, and then your kids are there, and Kel are there, and your dad's there, and it was just like a nice sort of family event, really, to see you all there, and stuff. It was
it was great.
no, nice bit of kit to you.
I can see why the people did come make a bit of a beeline for yours. I think a lot of it's the colour, and they can see how you've like done the really fine detailing bits to it under the bonnet. Missed anything out. Whereas the others, they look nice, but they were kind of a bit more, a bit more just run of the mill. Yeah. You would see, you open one, but you're seeing them all the same. Yours was just completely different to it. To the others. Yeah,
you could just see the shine on it, can't you? And it's tastefully done as well. It's not over the top. It's
that grey and the blue combo that goes really well together. That does.
Yeah, it does. It's a nice colour coordination. That is.
Where did you get that idea from then, Andy? Was it just something that popped in your head, or?
So basically, my first car was a white Vauxhall Nova.
Yeah.
And that had grey bumpers on it, and it was white. So I just wanted to make it look a bit more modern.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose those two colours, and they go really well.
Yeah, they really do.
I've got some GSI side skirts that paint the same colour as the front and back bumper, but I took them off when it last went for some spray work, and I thought it just looked better without them.
Yeah.
Rather than putting them on and making it look like a GSI because it's an SR, so it never had side skirts on it.
Right.
So I've got them if I want to put them back on, but I don't know. I think it looks better without them.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's not an original, so it can be whatever you want it to be. Really, can't it?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's all ready to go.
Really, I think that's what makes it look so nice. It's not been, is it?
No.
It makes it just smoother and clean lines on it, really.
Yeah.
Did you say it was Daewoo, the colour, or something like that, Andy?
Daewoo blue.
Daewoo blue.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Daewoo, because obviously Daewoo did the Mark 4, Mark 3, or Mark 4, Mark 2 was a Mark 2 Astra or Mark 3. Daewoo did one, didn't they?
Yeah, I think that the Mark 2 was the curved one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Mark 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what gave me that idea. No. Yeah, no, it looks well.
No, you should be very, very proud and pleased of it, mate. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And it was a good show, and we got some good pictures. Maybe I could put some of those on, what's that thing called? Instagram. We could put some pictures on there, and we could have a look at that.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good show. And we hopefully got a couple more lined up in the next few weeks or in a few months. Get ourselves out there, get some more brums, and hopefully I could take mine to one if I can get mine done in time. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must be getting really close now, Aid.
Yeah, I am slowly getting there. A big part was getting the prop shaft fitted, and the problem with that is that because the brackets are off a Mark 1 and I'm putting it on a Mark 2, it's trying to get the brackets to line up as best as possible and all that kind of thing. I mean, if I've got a picture here, I can just show you the sort of thing that we were trying. This was on Saturday. We were trying to do. So there you go. There's my mate John doing the welding for me. So just above his left hand there, you can see that there's like a black bracket just here. Yeah. And then it's sort of welded welding that in place. And then if you go further down the tunnel, there's another bracket down here as well. And you're trying to get the bracket right. And because when it's been spot welded in, it could slightly twist as you've taken it off, and it's putting it in and offering up the prop shaft and all that kind of stuff. So yes, that's basically what we were doing on what day were we doing that? On Sunday we were doing that.
Yeah.
So now that's done. You can see this area here above his arm. That's where the fuel tank goes. So now I can put the fuel tank back in, and then the fuel tank got like a curve in the middle, so the prop shaft goes to the middle, so it sort of hangs either side. So I can then put the prop shaft in. I can mount that, and then I can put some petrol in it, and then hopefully fire it up. I haven't got a full exhaust system on it yet, but should be able to fire it up and have enough compression to get it going. Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, what year's the car? 2000, so it's 23 years old, and underneath, that's, there's no rust on it at all. Yeah,
it's good, isn't it? Yeah,
it is really, really good, and that was why I got it, really, because the Mark 1 was rotten. And you could just put everything on there and get it done. So finally getting there. It's taken a bit longer than I thought, but I think sometimes you've got to take your time and not rush it.
Yeah.
Have you got a date you think you'll have it done by, or?
Well,
Aiming at one.
I kind of want it. I'd love to have it done by the end of the month if I can. If I can get a couple of evenings out there, I can get a fuel tank on and the prop shaft on, like I say. Then I can get it somewhere and get the exhaust done. On the photo, you could see the downpipe coming down, but I need to get the full section put in and have a cap put in between somewhere, and get the four-wheel alignment done. And then I want to drop it to one of my mates who's a mechanic and just get him to do just a spot check over it and just see if there's anything I've missed, anything I've not, something's loose or whatever, and just go over it. And then I'll book it in for an MOT, and fingers crossed she'll be on the road.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, the first Mark II 4x4 Mondeo.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah.
Heard it here first, guys.
Yeah.
So that's about it for mine. How about you, Darren? You done any progress on your cars?
No, I haven't really, mate. It would be not busy going away because I'm just taking it out and using it. The Rover, I haven't managed to get it back to the garage because they said fetch it back if there's any problems on there. And the water that I've still got that leak appeared again on the rag on the left hand side.
Okay.
But it isn't coming from any fittings on there. When you put your hand down at the side of the radiator where these sort of side pieces kind of have been made onto the centre part of the rad, there's like a lip all the way around, isn't there? On your flat at the ends, like where all your pipes come from. But at the bottom of that, on the actual lip itself, it feels like it's coming from there somewhere, right in the bottom corner. So I think the rad's going to have to come out.
Okay.
So there's definitely no. So it's making me a bit. Well, I can't really risk taking it out too far. Not really, because you don't know how bad it's going to get or how quick it's going to lose when it really gets up to sort of pace,
Yeah.
So I'm just sort of using the Jag at the minute, but I'm hoping to phone them up and see if I can get it booked in as soon as I can. So I want to sort of start getting it back out again,
Yeah. It's easy to get.
Shame really, but it's got a bit of confidence thing. You've got to make sure it's right, haven't you? After that sort of work, one little tiny thing is just set it back months again,
Yeah.
And I don't want any damage to it. Not after all that time being off the road.
Is there much space for you to get to the rad, Darren? I can't remember what the engine bay is like.
Yeah, you can get to the rad okay, but you can't at either end of the rad. It more or less goes right up to the sort of the steelwork which like holds all the lights in place. So there's like a panel that runs right the way down. So you can just about get your hand down it, but the only way you could actually see where it's leaking from is to take the radiator out, because it's right down the bottom, and as the radiator curves on the corner, it goes on. There's a pin at the bottom of the radiator which goes into a rubber bung which sits on a metal plate, so you can't sort of get access to that anyway.
Right. Okay. So you need to take it out.
It needs to come out really and find out what's wrong with it. Because I don't know whether it was a new radiator, what had been put in, or whether they had it recalled and used the old one. I don't really know, because I mean, you can still get. If that's the case, I'd rather just have another one from Vatec or somewhere, like an alley radiator put in it.
Yeah.
And go for completely new, really. I'm going to get in touch with them, see if I can get it booked in.
Yeah.
At the minute, I'm just sort of, I'd get it out and just sort of run it up the road, that sort of thing. But I'm not going to take it on any trips, not until I've got that sorted.
Mm.
And there's a small one from the sump as well on it, so they've both got to be done, you know, because they're both leaks that could cause a lot of damage, really, if they get worse.
Yeah, certainly if you're going to be putting long distance on and all that kind of thing. And
yeah, because I was hoping to do a couple of long sort of trips on it to some shows and really get it out there, you know, sort of even like a weekend. I mean, me and Jack sort of going off somewhere for a couple of days and get it out and use it for that as well, you know. But I don't want to risk doing that, really. So it's but it's no biggie, you know. It's not going nowhere. I can still sort of mess around with it and do little bits and pieces to it that I found, you know. And then I'm lucky enough to be able to go out in the other one, aren't I? So, you know, if we go out somewhere, we'll just go and fetch the Jag down from the garages and just go off in that.
Yeah.
So,
perfect.
So, yeah. And that seems to be fine where it is. You know, you go up there, I just disconnect one of the leads on the battery.
Yeah.
If I don't, while it's sitting there, just pop the lead, leave a spanner into it, pop the thing back on again, and away it goes. You know, it's got a cover over it, so it keeps it pretty clean in there. Yeah. And it just goes straight out and off we go, isn't it? So, yeah.
Good stuff. Marvellous.
Yeah, all good, really. But I do want to try and get in there. But it's just some other sort of family commitment things. And we've had, like, we've been away and of odd weekends. We went away the other week on the Friday. We went to see Madness at Cannock Chase. So we was out there doing that. And then the following day, there was something on the Saturday. And then this week, it's happened again. We've got invited out on the Friday, and there was something on the Saturday again. So I'm not getting a great deal. No. I'm not getting enough time. Yeah. When I get any spare time, it's decorating in the bloody back. It's not got the same buzz as the garage, has it?
No, certainly not in this weather. You don't want to be decorating in this weather.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, but I will get back onto it, and I'll get a few things I need to put out there. I still like to try and do the story. If you could help us out with that, Aid, at some point to put on.
Yes, yeah, definitely, yeah.
See if we can get together perhaps and try and get something that way, because that'll make a really good storyline. That will. It's got so much history with the car.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, we said we'd get together one evening, didn't we, and try and do a sort of a story from how you first acquired the car, and then
that's the sort of thing. Yeah,
it's just the timeline really of all the things that you've done.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be nice, really, and that'd be something nice that could go in an article or something like that.
Yeah.
No. Awesome. Yeah. We will definitely do that, mate. We will.
And is there on there at all to pop up? Have you got a picture of the Rover on anything? I don't know if I've sent you any or.
I can have a look, see if I've got a picture of the Rover.
Yeah. All standing around it.
Yeah, we did have that one, didn't we? Yeah, that's it. Let's have a look, see what we can find.
WhatsApp, I think.
Right. Right. Okay. I've got it. Here we go. So let's share the screen. Bingy bongy boo. There it is. There's the piece. I mean, oh, it's just a cracking motor, and it's just yeah. I've started to see quite a few about, really, certainly on TV and things like that. And what was I watching? I was watching that Classic Cars thing that you were talking about, Darren, the one where people come in and they're encouraged to do a bit of work.
Yeah, the one that's down the London with where they come in to sort of get fixed up there. Yeah,
I can't remember what it's called.
The classic
Yeah,
garage, is it?
Yeah, I think they were saying on there that the prices of the Rovers have suddenly started going up. You know, people have started appreciating them, and
Yeah, I noticed that the other day. There was about four. I think there was 4 or 5 that was actually on eBay at the moment, and they're all kind of sitting. There's one though, which is a Vanden Plas EFI, which is quite rare, really, because that was kind of the one that had every little extra that was going, that was in it. And they are really getting rare now. But there's a diesel one there, which is probably one of the rarest models that made. And it's either 4 or 5, and they're all between 8.5 to kind of just over 10 grand, just for like nice condition, standard Vitesses, or 1 to 2.26, which is same as the red and what's on there now with mine. So the price has definitely gone up, because I mean, you could get, even just 2 or 3 years ago, you'd get a really nice one that didn't need loads doing to it for say £4,000 to £5,000. Now they're jumped up to the 10,000 bracket if they're sitting around.
And
they're definitely on the climb.
And in no disrespect, when we saw the amount of work that was needed on yours, you're thinking, are these others going to be the same? You know, when you start taking the panels off, what are they going to really be like underneath?
Yeah, because even the one bar fighting seems to be in 3 or 4 grand, you know, and I'm like, blimey.
But no, beautiful looking motor. We've all got some really nice motors. We should be proud.
Yeah.
Right. Okie dokie. So what should we talk about? Shall we have a bit of a discussion corner with you, Darren?
We've got the sound would, I say, because it's been a bit quiet on my own stuff, really. But I did get invited to go and have a look at a Boston car a couple of weeks back from our neighbours. It's actually it's one of the girls lives across the road. It's actually her dad's mate, and he actually builds and repairs racing cars, as in like a lot of tourbers and that type of thing. And he's actually got the contract to do the racing Bentleys and repair those to go and actually get them all sort of ready for racing, that type of stuff. And one of the cars, his kind of favourite thing is the V12 engine, and he's had quite a few Jags, and these Jags are his thing, really. And he's actually built, I think it's an XJ, I think it's a Mark III, I think it was. But it's been roof lowered, and he's basically put 2 V12 engines chopped in half and welded together in it. And it's an absolute beast. It's called a car called Alfred, I think it's called it. Or a Jag called Alfred. And his name's Kevin Bourne. That's it.
Yeah.
It's an absolute monster. It looks like when it's got all the skirts and bits and bobs on it, and the bonnet and everything on there, it looks like something you see in Mad Max film. And it sounds like a bit like that, you know.
He's on the news. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But the engineering side of it, what he's done, he is such a clever bloke. It's unbelievable. He is made. I mean, he's virtually the bits that wouldn't work or we couldn't get. He's come up with the ideas to make them work, and if he couldn't get it, he just made it himself.
Yeah.
So someone that can start making their own alternators and things, because the other one's no good, and he sorts all the own fuel line problems out. He's put extra injectors, booster injectors in to feed the other injectors because it can't get the fuel quick enough. But to just chop an engine down and weld it, and the way he describes how he did it, it's just it makes it sound so simple.
Yeah.
But a really nice bloke, though. You know, he's got the time to sort of show you what he's done, and so he's hoping to go back this August, I think it is, and he's been accepted to give it a try on a longer sprint, because the 2 mile sprint isn't long enough for the car. It needs to be 3 miles at least to get there. So they found a place which is down in Wales. He did say what it's called, but I forgot. I'm sorry. So they're hoping to go down in August. He's been accepted to do it. So it should be down there going on this 3 mile beach and see if he hits the record on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
He actually put it on took it down to London to one of his mates who's got the rolling road, which is like made for like racing cars to go on, that sort of thing. And they had to shut the rolling road down because it was getting too hot, and he got it up to 4,000 RPM, and he said the rolling road weren't going to take it. It actually give warning lights on to cut out to stop because it was getting so hot. And when he stepped onto the roll, he had a pair of trainers on. It melted his soul on the train. He just stopped on the rolling road. He went, "What's going on?" Yeah. So he said they couldn't, even on the rolling road, get it and run it as far as he wanted to.
I mean,
And
that's just
when
that's
he
just madness.
last went on it, and he'd give it a trial before he did the last one, and I think they got it up to about 135, I think. But he said it sort of like 2,000 RPM. It'd be doing the ton. It's incredible the speed it can do, just at such a low RPM on it. So I don't think it'd ever bloody redline. So.
And that's
He said it should do 230, sort of 235 plus, but they don't know because they couldn't get the road big enough. They didn't. The last one, it just wasn't there. It did done 135, but because of the size of the engine, it needs more to keep on going as it builds it up.
Yeah.
You're never going to do that and just fly out in a quick sprint. You just never be able to go. It says you go to it and go to change gear, and you just end up flipping it over. You've got to up like, you know.
That's
but
brilliant.
It says the size of it is. I said, what's it like to drive? And it feels like you're aquaplaning all the time.
Right.
It literally feels like it's just going there. He said it takes a bit to handle, but he said you've only got to go in a straight line.
Is it rear wheel drive, Darren, or 4-wheel drive?
It's rear wheel drive.
Right.
Yeah, monster, isn't it?
Mm.
And the sound of it sounds absolutely amazing. But I will get in touch with him, see if we can arrange it so the three of us can go to take you to meet him, and so you can have a look at it. Perhaps we can get a little bit of a video with it, like, and put it out there. It's all more publicity for the car as well.
Yeah,
I think that'd be great.
Publicity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you'd love to see it, and just and he's such a nice bloke as well. I'll have the word with our friend's dad, John, who's really close mate to him, and he's around there quite a lot. So he's going to be letting me know when they get the speed trial date, because it's sometime sort of August, he thinks, but they haven't given him the date yet.
Gotcha.
For anyone to go and watch that, it's on the beach. It's just in case you stand behind the round thing, But I'm hoping when he does sort of get down at the same time, so we can sort of go around the car with him as well, like, rather than just stand up on the hillside and watch him go. So that'd be good.
That would be excellent. I'm just thinking now. I'm just thinking if so. We've all had our own projects and stuff like that. So he's bought a Jag and he's put that fantastic motor in. I mean, if you had to do another project now, if I said, if you could do a project, you could restore a car, you could do a resto mod, or you could do a heavy modded thing. What would you do? Have you got an idea in mind what you would like to do if you had the money and the time to do another project?
I don't know really.
I'll start it off.
I
always like the idea of doing like I love the rally car look. I love the big spotlights, flared arches, that kind of thing. And I'd love to have a I don't know if you sort of see the cars that they modify in Ireland as well. They're like rear wheel drive cars, early escorts, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they have that sort of wide, low stance. I like the rally car look. I would love to do.
Oh yeah.
Some sort of, but it could be,
but
it could be road going. But I'd like to do maybe do a Mondeo, but we do it with slightly flared arches. So it's got like a sort of an Audi RS kind of look about it. Yeah. So it's a little bit flared.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And then put something with a bit of poke under the bonnet, something out of the Focus 4x4 ST, something like that. I think I'd like to do. If money wasn't an issue, I think I'd do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do
I
another
think
Nova,
one of the-
Andy?
I think I'd go the Metro, really.
You go for Met?
Oh,
Yeah.
the Metro 6R4.
Yeah.
Not me, no.
Try and do that. If you had money wasn't no object, because I should imagine it'd be a pretty tough one to do, getting all the body work.
Yeah.
So don't get anything like that again, would you?
You have to get everything made, don't you?
Yeah.
Did on Car SOS.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Took tuner bloke, didn't they? They made like a new rear diff for it, didn't they?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On it, yeah. Built it up from nothing really.
Well, I had words with Kevin Bourne because he'd know what to do and how to make. It's just how do I get around this game? And he probably won't be able to resist, but I'll have a look.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I would go for a Mark 1 Uno Turbo or Renault 5 Turbo, something. But I'd want to do it like more original rather than like I've done my car.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I quite like the Mark 1 Uno Turbos. They're quite special to me, those are. But they're just daft money to buy, even like a one that needs doing up now.
Right, yeah.
Same with the Renault 5s. You know, years ago I nearly bought one, but I didn't. But I should have done.
They're through the roof, weren't they?
But I would have done.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Minus like the Metro, like that with money wise, isn't it? I mean, I know a chap that's really big into his Rovers and the SD1s, and he was going to buy one of those. I'm going back sort of probably 25 years ago now, and he was going to buy one at 30 grand.
Yeah.
Going back then, they'd probably be 130 grand now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
You know, and it's crazy, but he said, "Oh, I'm glad I didn't buy it now because it went round a couple of tracks and then the engine blew in it shortly after he was going to get it." But I mean, that's no biggie, is it? If you got like 30 grand to chuck on one of them anyway, like then,
Yeah.
getting the engine on wouldn't be a problem with it because you can probably quadruple your money if you did 20 years later, like.
Yeah, but like you try and do it now though, you can't probably get the parts for half the engine.
No, it'll be like they get tough. Everything's got to be, like you say, they've got to be made specifically just for it, and they really.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, you know, Andrew. What you saying about the car? Saying now you'd like to do something more kind of sort of standard. That just reminded me, anyway, because we've both said we would have gone for something like a rally or a touring car, you know, something like on the race type thing. You've done to the Nova.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like when you get people that work out on the building sites, if they're going to go out somewhere, they tend to sort of dress up, don't they? Like you get people that work in offices just go out in jeans and a t-shirt, and they go out, and it's like the opposite, isn't it? You've already got your Nova, so you want something the other end again.
Yeah. Even if it had a nice set of wheels and lowered a bit, and everything was all standard on it, that'd do me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you just remember, and you could just see them. They were 10 to a penny. They were out on the roads, and they were cheap as chips. And
Just before I left secondary school, there was a lad down the road. He got a red Uno Turbo Mark 1, and he sat on a wall outside my house in Instock. He'd hear him coming. Whoosh. He's coming in a minute. And most nights, used to watch him go past. Just thought, have one of them, but yeah, I didn't. So yeah.
I always remember there was I've probably said this before. There was an orange Escort Mexico over the road when I was very little. I was probably on about 3, and just seeing that, and it was just like, wow. That was, you know, those certain things that stick in your mind and you always remember. But yeah, I always remember that, and I thought, that's amazing. I want one of those, and I was about 3, and I had my little Fisher Price garage, and it's funny what you remember, isn't it? And you remember the guy in the Fiat Uno, and that's probably long gone now. It's gone to the scrapyard in the sky and that kind of thing. But it lives up there, doesn't it? It's lovely.
Yeah.
You got any memories of a car that stuck in your mind when you were little, Darren?
Yeah, when we used to live in Thetford years ago, and there was a group of blokes there. It was in like a bit like a cul-de-sac, and my dad was friends with them, but they used to do all this banger racing. They was really big into that. So it was just like, being that age, how he was, we used to go around into the garages, and I'd sit there for hours watching them do it. They strip these cars down, but they always seem to have, like, I mean, when would it be? That's going to be sort of like probably late 70s. I should think that was when we lived there. So a lot of the cars in there was probably from like the sort of 60s, and they're all the cars that my dad used to have these photos of, and there was all like either like the Zephyrs and the Zodiacs, the sort of thing what we saw up there. So my dad used to have them. So, and he had this one bloke, he always used to like he had Fords all the time, and the other chap, he used to always have Vauxhalls. But the Ford, that was a Zodiac, and it was done in like red, yellow, and white, and it was like, as a kid, it was like, wow, look at that, you know. It was just like, I knew it was a car, but it wasn't a car. Like, to me, it was like something. Look what he's made. I do, as if like this bloke had just made all that, you know. Yeah, that's all. It was one of them, really, from a kiddie anyway. Yeah, because everything else is a car, weren't it, when you're that age, you know.
I've got visions of Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red with a white stripe. That's what I'm picturing when you say that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was great. That was, yeah. We used to take us there as well on this. They used to go for the Sunday meet, and he used to take me up there. And a couple of times they let me go in the car with them at the end, because you used to do the little circuit, didn't you?
Yeah.
If you could car going, you did a little lap of honour at the end, like, you know. And if you won with it, I went there a couple of times. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good memories, really.
Yeah, they sit in the boot, don't they? Or they stand in the boot.
Yeah, they just got like a hole in it and chopped in, or you could stand there and they just had an hole cut in the roof. So they'd stand up there and the boat was sitting down there, and you'd be stood there with someone else, you know. So he probably just to watch you, really, because I was only young. Yeah, and he'd be there, like, and they'd be holding the trophy up, you know. One stood in the roof at the team, and then you got the driver in it as well. Full of, you can hang out anywhere with it.
Yeah, we said we'd do a bit of banger. We'd go and watch a bit of banger racing, didn't we? We said we'd go and have a look sometime.
Yeah, I have to have a look and see when it's up at Ensford next.
Yeah, we'll go and have a go. Go and
probably the nearest, I should imagine it.
Yeah. Oh, bing bong.
Bing bong. That'll probably be my son getting in touch.
I've got the Hensford thing here. I'll have to have a look.
Oh, have you from the Hensford?
Yeah. Oh, there's the Caravan Destruction Derby in August. That'll be
all right. Send the dates out to see if we can. Yeah.
Yeah, the Caravan one, that'd be very entertaining. I'd like to see that.
What date is it, Aid?
27th of August.
27th of August.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll check on the date with that one and let you know.
Yeah, we'll have a look. We could always go up there and stuff, but
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, do the September show. That should be a definite, shouldn't it? We're going to try and get the stalls up there. And have you heard any more back from them?
No. Yeah, we're trying to get a little stall going, aren't we, at a local show in August? No one wants to talk to me, so I'll drop them another email, or I think there was a phone number. I might give them a ring and just see.
Yeah, if you don't get any word, let me know, and I'll pop down and see one of the main sponsors, because I know it's RPH Ray Eric. They're the main sponsors up there.
Yeah,
I can't think who the other one was, but I know Ray Eric is one of the main sponsors. Mm-hmm. I'll pop down a word with him or his son Mikey and just say, well, who do we speak to? You know, I'm sure he'd give it a push. Yeah,
it'd be nice. I mean, we're not doing it for money or anything, are we? We're just trying to spread the word a bit, and if we can make a few quid for charity, then just give something back to a local cancer charity or something like that, then I think that'd be nice, really. And if we get an opportunity to show our cars off in the process, then
Yeah.
Everyone's a winner, aren't they? Really?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Day out, and it's pretty close to as well.
Yeah. When did we say? Oh, when did we say it was? 12. It's not the 12th of June, is it? What am I on about? No. Why have I got the 12th of June written down here?
What's that for?
The Eccleshall show. According to that, it was 7 days ago. It can't be that one.
No, it's in September, isn't it?
Is it? Okay. Maybe I'll put. I'll have a look and find out.
Yeah. There is another one that was in June. That we was thinking about maybe going to.
2nd of September, Darren.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't the one that was in the beginning of June the one at Penkridge?
It might be. Yeah.
Been to the Pen.
I don't.
And then the retro racing is on the 20 something, isn't it? Is it the 28th? It was on the Saturday, weren't it? That retro, the racing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the really retro at Penkridge. That is on the 9th of July.
Yeah.
Oh, the 9th.
Yeah, and then there's a classic and retro car show at Arboretum, Walsall Arboretum, on the same day.
Right.
And then there's a classic and retro show at Himley Road in Dudley. Dudley, Mike, West Midlands. Dudley, yeah. And there's also Chris Isaac in concert, but not really interested.
No.
Unless he drives a Mondeo, which I doubt he does.
Red, wasn't there the one at Alton Park for the racing?
Yes, there was. Yeah, that was when we were going to see the touring cars, wasn't it? The classic touring cars.
Yeah. You both up for that?
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I think the Saturday was the. Did we say the Saturday was the better one?
Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah, so I think there's more the sort of really early racing ones on there, isn't it? Really.
What's the date?
What's on the Sunday? Either the early ones or the more modern sort of race car, like a bit like this kind of not the Formula One, more like sort of Formula 2s and things. And but the Saturday, that did sound better.
What's the date? The 20.
I'm just having a look now, Andy. If I'll show you what I'm doing, and you can have a look. Oh, actually, no, I won't share my screen. But it wasn't July, August, September. Yeah, was it the Classic Sports Car Championships? It could have been something like that. Yeah. We'll have a look, but we'll definitely get some of those shows in. I'm looking forward to that, and get some nice footage and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so I think we should call it an evening, gents.
Yeah. Between 1
Nice
million and them. Yeah.
Nice to catch up with you both again. It's been a while.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Well,
bit of a gap the last few weeks.
Yeah. But we're back now. We're fighting fit now, and
that's it, mate. Yeah.
And we'll put this on YouTube and see how it gets on. And then we'll speak in the week otherwise, and then we'll do another one same time next week.
Yeah.
Right. If anybody's actually watched this, thank you for watching. If you want to like, subscribe, whatever you do. And we do say this a lot, don't we? But if anybody wants to drop us an email or wants to join us and talk about cars and but also talk about cancer as well. It's a difficult subject to talk about, but we try and make it as open and as light as we can. And sometimes we get a lot of benefit from talking about it. So if anybody wants to join us, then really do feel free to. And we'll take it from there.
Yeah, great stuff.
Right, gents. I think for a first video cam show, we've done all right. We've done okay. We had a spill along the way, but we've managed.
Yeah.
Right. Go and have a lovely evening. We'll speak in the week, and I'll see you next week.
Will do, boys.
See you,
Take care, gents.
Bye.
All the best. Bye bye.
Bye bye.